I wanted to record something really quick. Some thoughts were coming to mind on the subject of gay spirituality and being gay and being spiritual and all these different kind of topics and subjects and things. And I pretty much wanted to say, in my research and a lot of these things into African culture, because lately that's been my new thing. It's like I've been really studying up on African culture because I think it's important to know the culture of your people, where you're from, and what you're connected to, whatever your race is, or whatever culture you may come from, or whatever the case may be. You want to know that because there's a sense of something in that connects to your spirit and connects to your purpose and way of being now. And in this research and these different things, there's a lot of this sort of like constant people talking about the ancestors, and a lot of people talking about paying attention to the people that came before you and these different things of the sort. And you kind of pretty much seeing all these different tribal, indigenous kind of groups. What was the role of gay people? What was the role that gay people had? In for the most part, in these groups and things, they weren't people that were being frowned upon. They weren't people that were like, this is a disgusting thing. This is some crazy shit. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of people know about this now. And a lot of people that may research spiritual things, they know about this. About the two spirits and the gatekeepers and all these different other cultures and different things, even in some things in the East and some more things in the African cultures. You'll see that the role of gay people, they all had a special role. It was even in a certain extent higher than the role of an average person, because they were usually called having two spirit, two eyes, or being able to go two places is of the bridge keeper or the bridge maker or the bridge to the spirits, or different. These are different names that these were the gay people were being referred to as, and they played roles as shamans and healers and people that were mystics and things of that sort, that was bringing in something to their community, bringing something into their tribe and different things of that sort. And a lot of times, there's this sort of like clashing of the sort of current time we're in, where the major religions are telling you the opposite of this. And you got to think about the different things that are existing behind this. Are you going to follow these current situations and things, or are you going to follow something from the past or something? And honestly, your spirit and yourself. You're not going to be able to change yourself into something that you're not. So going into the direction of following what someone's telling you to do versus you following what you need to do, or what you are and you should be yourself. It's not going to be a healthy life to be trying to make yourself into something you're not. So, you know what I mean? I think to me it's just kind of connecting those dots of the paying attention to the people before us and the things that I said. I think to a certain extent we should be tapping into those things. There's a lot of gay people have this psychic side to them. They have this power to them that, you know what I mean. And I feel like in this current time, a lot of people, they're just turned off by spirituality. So we put our energy into other things, but we still have that natural essence in us. You can see it. I mean, perfect example. I went to this club in New York, like 2 weeks ago. These dancers, it was no way that they weren't. I mean, like, everyone in there probably did yoga. There was this guy who, like, was on his head, and I mean, it was like everyone in there had these special skills, and it wasn't just the skills of dancing. It was like you have to be practicing, like kung fu or something like that, something special, something out of the norm. And a lot of, what I mean, like, a lot of people are drawn to those things like yoga and these different current practices, tai chi, and all these different things. And I think it's something that connects with us. A lot of us, we have these things in us, but we put the energy into something else. We put the energy into beauty because we know it's natural in us. We're gonna identify beauty. That's why you see so many clothing designers. That's why you see so many interior designers. That's why you see so many artists. It's something in our DNA about creating things of beauty. We can identify beauty. We can create beauty in others, in ourselves, and otherwise. I mean, in taking care of things in those kind of ways, we have a keen sense on it to tap into the feminine and the masculine to make things happen. And I feel like we need to go back into that sort of mode of taking those insights from the people of the past and really creating things that are going to be, even on a higher level than just on the material sense, because even though this is a material world, you know what I mean, you're nothing without your spirit. So we gotta, I feel like we should definitely be tapping into that. I mean, if you're in a religion or something like that and it's doing something for you, that's great. But you know what I mean. I think you should really connect with your spirit too, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are disconnecting with their spirit and disconnecting with sources and things that are truly going to be to their benefit and help them, and things that are going to be good for them to know, that's going to improve their life. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Like, connecting with the spirit, and kind of researching those practices. What was the role of gay people before these religions came in? I mean, or even research how did these religions come to be? I mean, I don't want to talk on that, but you can research and kind of break down where these things came from, and you know, it's not going to be to any surprise. You know what I mean? These things that are being, a lot of them that are being called God sent, you can break down to where they really came from, and what was the agenda, or what was the current politics existing, and all those kind of things. So really do your research and really connect with your spirit, because that's the only thing that's going to connect you. God is the, you know what I mean? Like, you got to connect to God, and you can't put him in a small box. You can't be, like, you can't make him into that small being kind of thing. God is higher than the masculine and feminine. I mean, he's both and even higher. You gotta take it there with it. You know what I mean? So, peace and love to everyone and everything. Everything's good, and just do the right thing. Bless.